15. Worst jerks in gospel music history. Gospel music has inspired millions with its messages of hope and faith. But behind the scenes, some of the genre's biggest stars have had their fair share of shocking scandals and controversial behavior. From financial mismanagement to public feuds, these gospel legends weren't always the saints they portrayed in their music. In this video, we're diving into the dark side of gospel, uncovering the worst jerks in the industry. Are these artists' flaws enough to tarnish their legacy? Watch till the end and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Legends of Black Excellence content. James Cleveland. James Cleveland, often referred to as the King of Gospel, is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in gospel music. Born in 1931, Cleveland's career spanned decades, and his contributions were pivotal in shaping the modern gospel music landscape. He was not only a powerful vocalist, but also an accomplished composer and a pioneering figure in gospel music, founding the Gospel Music Workshop of America GMWA in 1967, an organization that aimed to promote and develop gospel music talent. Cleveland's innovative approach blended traditional gospel with modern elements, helping gospel reach broader audiences beyond the church setting. Despite his immense success, Cleveland's life and career were marred by controversy. One of the major issues that tainted his legacy was financial mismanagement within the GMWA. While the organization helped many gospel artists gain recognition, there were persistent rumors and accusations regarding the misallocation of funds. Some members of the GMWA felt that Cleveland's leadership was overbearing and that he failed to maintain proper transparency when it came to the organization's finances. This led to lasting questions about his integrity as a leader. In addition to the financial controversies, Cleveland's personal life attracted its own set of scandals. Throughout his career, rumors about his behavior and personal life circulated within gospel music circles. These rumors, particularly concerning his relationships and alleged misconduct, created a complex and often negative public perception. Although these allegations were never fully substantiated, they were enough to cause a division among those who admired his musical talent, but struggled with the contradictions in his personal life. Cleveland's public persona as a spiritual and musical leader seemed to clash with his private actions, leading many to question his authenticity. Despite these controversies, Cleveland's musical impact cannot be denied. His contributions to gospel music remain significant, with many artists citing him as an inspiration. He helped modernize gospel, making it more accessible to secular audiences while preserving its spiritual essence. Though his personal and professional life may have been fraught with challenges, James Cleveland's legacy in gospel music is undeniable, and his influence continues to shape the genre. Clara Ward. Clara Ward, born in 1924, was a trailblazer in the gospel music genre, known for her powerful voice and larger-than-life personality. As the leader of the renowned The Ward Singers, Clara made significant contributions to gospel music and is considered one of the most influential gospel artists of her time. She had a profound impact on the development of gospel, blending traditional gospel with elements of showmanship, which set her apart from many of her contemporaries. Ward's powerful vocal style and charismatic stage presence helped elevate the Ward Singers to national prominence in the 1940s and 1950s. She was not just a gospel singer, she was a force of nature, captivating audiences with her dynamic performances. Her contributions to gospel music were revolutionary, as she introduced a level of showmanship and glamour that had not been widely seen in the genre before. Her flamboyant performances and elaborate costumes, including lavish gowns and glittering jewelry, became a hallmark of her style and helped draw large audiences to gospel music performances. However, Clara Ward's strong personality and approach to her career also earned her a reputation for being a diva, which caused tension within her group and with others in the gospel community. As the leader of the Ward Singers, Ward had a vision for the group's success, but her assertive and sometimes controlling leadership style led to conflicts with other members of the ensemble. There were rumors of disputes over money credit and the direction of the group, with some members feeling sidelined or undervalued. These tensions within the group, combined with Ward's sometimes difficult personality, created a challenging dynamic that ultimately affected the group's cohesion. Despite these challenges, Ward's influence on gospel music is undeniable. Her bold, larger-than-life approach to performing helped set the stage for future gospel artists, and her impact on the genre can still be felt today. While her legacy is complicated by her diva-like demeanor and the tensions within the Ward singers Clara Wall, R.H. Harris. R.H. Harris, the original lead singer of the Soul Stirrers, to the Soul Stirrers in the 1940s and 1950s, was crucial in elevating the gospel quartet genre to new heights, combining spiritual fervor with sophisticated vocal harmonies that captivated listeners and set the stage for the genre's future development. Under Harris's leadership, the Soul Stirrers became one of the most successful and influential gospel groups of the time. His voice, often described as one of the most beautiful and powerful in gospel, resonated deeply with audiences, earning him acclaim not only in religious circles, but also in secular music spaces. Harris was instrumental in shaping the group's image and sound, bringing a level of professionalism and polish to gospel music that helped bridge the gap between the church and a wider audience. However, despite his immense contributions to the genre, R.H. Harris's career was not without controversy. In the early 1950s, after the Soul Stirrers achieved significant success, Harris made a highly controversial decision to leave the group and form a rival gospel ensemble, the Crin Singers. His departure from the Soul Stirrers, which had become a beloved institution, was seen by many as a betrayal. The move was viewed with suspicion and disappointment by those in the gospel community, as it divided the fan base and led to significant tensions within the tight-knit world of gospel music. Harris's decision to create a competing group further fueled accusations of selfish ambition, with critics accusing him of prioritizing his personal interests over the collective success of the Soul Stirrers. While Harris's new group, the Crin Singers, found some success, it never reached the same level of acclaim as the Soul Stirrers. His departure is seen by many as a pivotal moment in gospel history, marking a significant rift in the genre that was rooted in personal ambition and the desire for control. Despite these controversies, Harris's legacy in shaping gospel music cannot be denied, as his vocal style and influence continue to inspire gospel artists to this day. Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke, often hailed as the King of Soul, began his illustrious career in gospel music, but it was his controversial shift to secular music that both elevated his fame and caused a rift in the gospel community. Born in 1931, Cooke's early career was steeped in gospel music, where he was a standout member of the Soul Stirrers. His soulful voice, combined with his charismatic stage presence, made him one of the most influential gospel artists of his time. Cooke's gospel roots, especially his time with the Soul Stirrers, helped shape the emotional depth and sincerity that became his signature sound, endearing him to both gospel fans and secular listeners. However, in the late 1950s, Sam Cooke made the decision to leave the Soul Stirrers and transition to secular R&B music. This shift was a bold move that garnered immense success, but also sparked controversy within the gospel community. For many gospel fans and artists, Cooke's departure was seen as a betrayal of the sacred genre that had nurtured his talent. Gospel music at the time was deeply intertwined with the church and spiritual devotion, and Cooke's move to secular music was perceived by some as an abandonment of his spiritual calling in favor of fame and fortune. His transition was viewed as a controversial break from tradition, with some accusing him of using gospel music merely as a stepping stone to a more lucrative career in pop and R&B. Despite the backlash, Cooke's transition proved to be groundbreaking. His secular hits, including You Send Me, A Change Is Gonna Come, and Cupid, not only became timeless classics, but also helped bridge the gap between gospel R&B and mainstream pop music. His ability to blend his gospel background with secular themes made his music resonate with a broader audience, establishing him as a pioneering figure in the soul genre. While his gospel fans may have felt betrayed, Cook's secular success paved the way for other gospel artists to follow a similar path into mainstream music. Cook's legacy is complex. His gospel beginnings laid the foundation for his later success in secular music, but the controversy surrounding his departure from the gospel world still lingers. Despite this, his contributions to both gospel and secular music remain profound, and he is celebrated as one of the most important figures in American music history. Edwin Hawkins. Edwin Hawkins was a groundbreaking figure in the history of gospel music, known for his ability to blend traditional gospel with contemporary styles, paving the way for gospel music to reach mainstream audiences. Born in 1943, Hawkins is best remembered for his massive hit, "Oh Happy Day" 1969, which became one of the first gospel songs to cross over to the pop charts, creating a cultural phenomenon. His innovative approach helped bring gospel music out of the church and into the wider world, combining elements of R&B, jazz, and pop, while maintaining the spiritual core of gospel. While his music was widely praised for its fresh sound and accessibility, Hawkins' style of blending secular and sacred music sparked controversy within the gospel community. Critics from more traditionalist circles accused Hawkins of commercializing gospel music, claiming that by incorporating secular elements, he was diluting the genre's sacred roots. They saw his crossover success as a betrayal of gospel's spiritual mission, arguing that his music was more about profit and popularity than about preserving the deep, faith-driven messages inherent in gospel. In addition to the criticism about his music, Hawkins also faced tension in his personal relationships within the gospel community. As his fame grew, he distanced himself from the traditional gospel scene, which led to accusations of him becoming aloof and opportunistic. His willingness to perform on secular platforms and collaborate with mainstream artists further alienated some of his peers. To them, Hawkins had moved too far away from gospel's humble church-centered origins, focusing more on the commercial success of his music rather than its spiritual message. Despite the controversy surrounding his approach to gospel music, Edwin Hawkins's influence cannot be overstated. His success not only helped bring gospel to a larger audience, but also allowed for greater acceptance of contemporary and hybrid forms of gospel music. His work is still widely regarded as pioneering, as he opened doors for future artists to explore the intersection of gospel and secular music. Thomas A. Dorsey. Thomas A. Dorsey, known as the father of gospel music, played an instrumental role in shaping the modern gospel genre. Born in 1899, Dorsey's early career as a blues pianist and composer laid the foundation for his later groundbreaking work in gospel. It was his unique fusion of blues and sacred music that would come to define his legacy in gospel. His famous compositions, such as "Take My Hand, Precious Lord" and "Peace in the Valley," have become staples in the gospel repertoire, resonating deeply with audiences worldwide. While his contributions to gospel music are undeniable, Dorsey's transition from blues to gospel was met with resistance. Many churchgoers in the early 20th century viewed blues as secular and inappropriate for sacred settings, making Dorsey's move to gospel controversial. His persistence in merging the emotional depth of blues with the spiritual themes of gospel music eventually won over audiences, but not without resistance. Dorsey's decision to blend these two genres was revolutionary, yet it caused tensions within the church and the gospel community, with some accusing him of undermining the sacred nature of gospel. Dorsey's perfectionism and controlling nature were also sources of contention throughout his career. He was known for being meticulous in his work, particularly when it came to songwriting credits and performances. This was particularly evident in his leadership as a publisher and promoter of gospel music. He co-founded the National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Choruses, an organization dedicated to spreading and preserving gospel music, but his domineering style often led to conflict with collaborators and choir directors. His insistence on maintaining strict control over the execution of his music sometimes alienated those who worked with him, with some describing him as overly rigid and difficult to please. Despite these tensions, Thomas A. Dorsey's impact on gospel music is immeasurable. His ability to bridge the gap between blues and gospel created a new sound that resonated deeply with congregations and artists alike. While his leadership style and uncompromising vision may have caused friction, his work laid the foundation for modern gospel music, and his legacy continues to influence gospel artists today. Dorsey's contributions to the genre were transformative, and he remains a towering figure in the history of gospel music. Ira Tucker. Ira Tucker, the dynamic lead singer of the legendary Dixie Hummingbirds, is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in the history of gospel music. Born in 1925, Tucker's powerful voice and charismatic stage presence helped elevate the Dixie Hummingbirds to iconic status in the gospel quartet genre. Known for his emotive delivery and energetic performances, Tucker brought a level of theatricality and passion to gospel music that resonated deeply with audiences. His contributions to modernizing the gospel quartet sound helped bridge the gap between traditional gospel and the emerging soul and R&B movements. Tucker's impact on gospel music cannot be overstated. Under his leadership, the Dixie Hummingbirds became one of the most revered gospel quartets of all time, influencing a generation of artists in the gospel and secular music scenes. His approach to performance was revolutionary, blending elements of R&B, jazz, and even blues into the gospel tradition, helping to create a more modern and accessible sound. He was known for incorporating soulful rhythms, dynamic vocal arrangements, and engaging stage presence, transforming the group into a high-energy, emotionally charged experience for audiences. However, despite his immense talent and influence, Tucker's personality and leadership style were often sources of friction. His confidence and ambition were both admired and criticized, with some in the gospel community viewing him as arrogant or overly competitive. Tucker's determination to make the Dixie Hummingbirds the best in the business sometimes led to tension within the group, as well as with other gospel quartets. His desire to outshine competitors was well known, and his aggressive pursuit of success created a competitive atmosphere that didn't always sit well with his peers. Despite these controversies, Tucker's legacy in gospel music is firmly established. His contributions to the genre reshaped gospel quartet singing and influenced artists like James Brown and Jackie Wilson, who admired Tucker's stage presence and vocal prowess. Ira Tucker's work helped modernize gospel music, and his innovative approach to performance continues to inspire gospel artists today. While his larger-than-life personality may have caused friction, his musical achievements remain an indelible part of gospel's rich history. Mahalia Jackson. Mahalia Jackson, often referred to as the Queen of Gospel, is one of the most iconic figures in gospel music. Born in 1911, Jackson's powerful and soul-stirring voice became a symbol of spiritual strength and resilience. She is widely regarded as one of the greatest gospel singers of all time, and her contributions to the genre are immeasurable. Jackson's voice was characterized by its immense power, rich tone, and emotional depth, making her a favorite both in the church and on the global stage. Her renditions of songs like "Move On Up a Little Higher" and "How I Got Over" became classics, and she played a pivotal role in bringing gospel music to mainstream audiences. Jackson's impact extended far beyond the world of music. She was a staunch advocate for civil rights and used her platform to speak out against racial injustice. Her association with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and her performance of "Precious Lord, Take My Hand" at his funeral cemented her legacy not just as a singer but also as an activist. Her commitment to the cause of racial equality was evident, and she became a prominent figure in the civil rights movement, using her music to inspire and unite people in their fight for justice. However, Mahalia Jackson's uncompromising nature and her strong principles also led to conflicts throughout her career. One of the hallmarks of her professional life was her refusal to perform secular music, a decision rooted in her deep religious convictions. While this earned her immense respect from the gospel community, it also created tensions with promoters and producers who sought to broaden her audience by crossing her over into pop or jazz music. Jackson's staunch refusal to compromise on her values often made her difficult to work with, and her rigid stance on maintaining the sanctity of gospel music sometimes caused friction with industry professionals. Despite these challenges, Mahalia Jackson's legacy as the Queen of Gospel remains untarnished. She set the standard for gospel music and inspired generations of singers with her emotionally charged performances and unwavering faith. Her commitment to her art and her principles helped shape the future of gospel music, and her influence continues to resonate in the genre today. Mahalia Jackson's life and work remain a testament to the power of music to uplift, inspire, and bring about social change. Andraé Crouch. Andraé Crouch, a pioneer in contemporary gospel music, is often credited with transforming the genre by blending traditional gospel with elements of pop, R&B, and jazz. Born in 1942, Crouch's innovative style helped bring gospel music into the modern era and made it accessible to a wider audience. As a singer, songwriter, arranger, and choir director, he not only revitalized gospel music, but also created a new sound that resonated with both churchgoers and secular listeners. His work such as My Tribute to God Be the Glory and The Blood Will Never Lose Its Power became gospel standards, and his influence is still felt in modern gospel music today. Crouch's groundbreaking work was marked by his willingness to cross musical boundaries. He was one of the first gospel artists to incorporate contemporary sounds such as jazz, funk, and pop into traditional gospel music. His ability to blend secular music influences with spiritual messages helped make gospel more mainstream, opening the door for future artists to experiment with new styles and sounds. Through his work with the Andraé Crouch and the Disciples Choir, and his solo career, Crouch became known for his upbeat, soul-stirring compositions that brought a new vibrancy to gospel music. However, despite his immense talent and success, Crouch's approach to gospel music was not without controversy. His incorporation of secular elements into his gospel songs sparked backlash from traditional gospel fans and critics who accused him of watering down the genre's sacred roots for commercial gain. Some gospel purists felt that Crouch's music was more about attracting mainstream attention than about maintaining the spiritual integrity of gospel music. These criticisms grew louder as Crouch continued to embrace crossover success, collaborating with secular artists like Michael Jackson and Madonna. Despite these controversies, Crouch's legacy is undeniable. He was a trailblazer who helped modernize gospel and made it relevant to a new generation of listeners. His ability to seamlessly blend sacred and secular music made gospel more accessible and helped it reach new heights of popularity. Crouch's contributions to the genre are celebrated worldwide, and he remains one of the most influential figures in contemporary gospel music. Marvin Winans. Marvin Winans, a prominent figure in the gospel music scene, is best known for his contributions as a member of the Grammy-winning group, the Winans. Born in 1958, Winans grew up in a musical family with his siblings, forming one of gospel's most iconic groups. Alongside his brothers, Marvin helped shape the sound of modern gospel, blending traditional gospel with contemporary R&B influences. His smooth, soulful voice, combined with his heartfelt lyrics, made him a standout artist in the genre. As part of the Winans, Marvin Winans helped bring gospel music to broader audiences, achieving massive success both within the church and the mainstream music industry. Their albums, such as The Winans 1983 and Return 1989, were critically acclaimed and earned them numerous awards. Marvin's contributions as a solo artist with hits like He's the Greatest and The Prayer have also earned him a place among gospel music's most respected figures. However, Marvin Winans' career has not been without controversy. One of the most publicized incidents in his life was a highly publicized legal battle over child support, which garnered significant media attention. The paternity suit and accusations of unpaid child support painted a less than flattering picture of Winans' personal life and led to some backlash within the gospel community. For many fans and critics, this legal dispute stood in stark contrast to the values of faith, integrity, and family that Winans and his family had long championed through their music. This legal battle, which became a media spectacle, fueled accusations that Marvin was prioritizing his personal fame and interests over the moral principles that had defined his career. While the controversy caused some to view him in a negative light, it didn't overshadow his musical talent. Winans continued to be a significant figure in gospel music, serving as the pastor of Perfecting Church in Detroit, where he focuses on spiritual leadership and community outreach. Despite the personal challenges and controversies, Marvin Winans remains a respected figure in gospel music. His contributions to the genre, both as part of the Winans and as a solo artist, have left a lasting legacy in gospel music history. His journey reflects the complexities of being a public figure navigating the balance between personal struggles and professional success. Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin is undeniably one of the most influential and innovative figures in contemporary gospel music. Born in 1970, Franklin redefined the genre by blending traditional gospel with modern sounds such as R&B, hip-hop, and pop. His revolutionary fusion of these styles allowed gospel music to cross into mainstream arenas and reach younger, diverse audiences. Franklin's unique style has earned him numerous accolades, including multiple Grammy Awards, and he is widely regarded as one of the most successful gospel artists in history. Franklin's breakthrough came in the 1990s with the release of his debut album, Kirk Franklin and the Family, 1993, which became an instant success. The album featured a mix of traditional gospel hymns with contemporary upbeat rhythms, setting the stage for a new era of gospel music. His single, Why We Sing, became a classic, and his subsequent albums continued to top charts and expand his influence in both the gospel and secular music industries. Franklin's ability to incorporate elements of hip-hop, rap, and R&B into gospel music made him a trailblazer and helped bring gospel to a broader audience. Despite his musical achievements, Franklin has faced significant controversies throughout his career, primarily due to his outspoken personality and public disputes. One of the most notable controversies was his public fallout with the Stellar Gospel Music Awards in 2004. Franklin accused the award show of favoritism and a lack of transparency in its voting process, leading to his boycott of the event. This caused a stir within the gospel community, with some viewing Franklin's actions as divisive and self-serving. Others, however, applauded him for challenging the status quo and standing up for what he believed was right. Franklin's brash and unapologetic demeanor, combined with his willingness to push boundaries within gospel music, has made him a polarizing figure. While some criticize him for being too confrontational or cocky, many view him as a trailblazer who broke down barriers in the genre. His ability to remain true to his artistic vision while maintaining a strong connection to his faith has cemented his place as a revolutionary figure in gospel music. Despite the controversies, Kirk Franklin's contributions to the genre are immense, and he continues to inspire a new generation of gospel artists. Albertina Walker. Albertina Walker, known as the Queen of Gospel, was one of the most influential figures in the history of gospel music. Born in 1928, Walker's contributions to gospel were monumental, and her powerful voice and unwavering commitment to the genre made her a beloved figure, both in the church and in the broader music community. As the leader of the Caravans, one of the most iconic gospel groups of all time, Walker played a pivotal role in shaping the sound of modern gospel music, influencing countless artists who followed in her footsteps. Walker's career began in the 1940s, but it was her work with the Caravans that truly cemented her legacy in gospel music. She joined the group in 1951, and under her leadership, the Caravans became one of the most successful and revered gospel ensembles of the time. The group's sound, characterized by rich harmonies and passionate performances, helped to popularize gospel music across the United States. Walker's leadership both on and off the stage was instrumental in the success of the Caravans, and she became known for her strong discipline and dedication to maintaining high musical standards. However, Walker's leadership style was not without its controversies. As the leader of the Caravans, she was known to be demanding and strict, often making tough decisions that sometimes caused friction within the group. One of the most notable tensions arose with Shirley Caesar, who joined the Caravans as a young singer and quickly rose to prominence. As Caesar's popularity grew, tensions over billing credit and compensation began to surface, and many accounts suggest that Walker, who was protective of her leadership position, felt threatened by Caesar's rising stardom. This eventually led to Caesar's departure from the group to pursue a successful solo career. Despite these tensions, Albertina Walker's impact on gospel music is undeniable. She was a mentor to countless artists, and her work helped to shape the sound and direction of gospel music during its golden age. Her legacy extends beyond her music, as she is remembered for her tireless efforts to promote and preserve the genre. Songs like "Lord, Keep Me Day by Day" and "Please Be Patient with Me" continue to inspire and uplift audiences around the world, and Walker's influence on gospel music remains profound. Albertina Walker's career, though filled with personal and professional challenges, helped define gospel music in the 20th century. Her leadership discipline and unyielding dedication to her faith and music set a standard that continues to resonate in the gospel community today. Shirley Caesar. Shirley Caesar, often referred to as the First Lady of Gospel Music, is one of the most revered and influential figures in gospel music history. Born in 1938, Caesar's career spans more than 6 decades, and her contributions to the genre are immeasurable. Known for her powerful voice and dynamic stage presence, she became a key figure in shaping the sound of contemporary gospel music. As a member of the Caravans in her early years, Caesar gained recognition for her raw talent and electrifying performances. However, it was her decision to pursue a solo career that truly propelled her to stardom. In 1966, Caesar left the Caravans to pursue a solo career, a move that was met with mixed reactions. While many admired her ambition, some members of the Caravans were disappointed by her departure, feeling that her success overshadowed their contributions. The gospel community, known for its close-knit nature, was sometimes resistant to individualism, and Caesar's rise to fame as a solo artist stirred some jealousy and tension. Nonetheless, Caesar's bold decision to step out on her own proved to be a wise one. Her solo career took off with hits like "Jesus, I Love Calling Your Name" and "You Can Make It," which showcased her incredible vocal range and emotional depth. Despite the tensions surrounding her departure from the Caravans, Caesar's influence on gospel music is undeniable. Her blend of traditional gospel with contemporary influences helped bring the genre to a broader audience. Caesar's personal and professional struggles, including the challenges of being a woman in a male-dominated industry, made her an even more formidable and respected figure in gospel music. She is not only celebrated for her musical achievements, but also for her spiritual leadership, inspiring countless artists and fans with her message of faith, perseverance, and strength. Throughout her career, Shirley Caesar has earned numerous accolades, including multiple Grammy Awards and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. While her departure from the Caravans remains a point of contention in gospel history, her legacy as a trailblazer for women in gospel music is secure. Her powerful voice, coupled with her unshakable faith, has made her one of the most iconic gospel singers of all time, and her contributions to the genre will continue to inspire future generations. Walter Hawkins. Walter Hawkins, a celebrated figure in gospel music, was a powerful force in the genre's evolution, known for his exceptional songwriting, singing, and leadership. Born in 1949, Hawkins was a prominent member of the Hawkins family, which was integral to shaping modern gospel music. As the younger brother of Edwin Hawkins, another gospel legend, Walter made his own significant mark with his distinctive voice and groundbreaking compositions. His work, particularly with his choir, the Love Center Choir, helped redefine gospel music by blending traditional gospel sounds with contemporary influences, including R&B, jazz, and pop. Hawkins' most notable achievement came with the release of his iconic album Love Alive 1975, which included the hit song Be Grateful. The album's success helped bridge the gap between sacred gospel and contemporary music, making gospel more accessible to secular audiences without sacrificing its spiritual message. Walter's ability to infuse gospel with modern elements while maintaining its core spiritual message helped bring the genre into the modern era. His music resonated with a new generation of gospel listeners, making him a trailblazer in the industry. Despite his musical success, Walter Hawkins' career was not without controversy. As the leader of the Love Center Choir, Hawkins was known for his ambitious vision and strong leadership, which sometimes led to tensions with collaborators and choir members. His meticulous approach to music and his desire to maintain creative control over his projects created friction within the group. While his high standards and perfectionism helped produce exceptional music, they also led to occasional disagreements over the direction of his projects. Hawkins' reputation as a driven and sometimes domineering leader led some to criticize his leadership style, though others admired his vision and dedication to the music. Additionally, Walter Hawkins faced challenges in balancing his professional and personal life, especially within his family dynamic. As part of the renowned Hawkins family, he worked closely with his siblings, including Edwin Hawkins, but the pressures of working together as both family members and collaborators sometimes led to disagreements and tensions. Despite these challenges, Walter Hawkins's impact on gospel music is undeniable. His ability to blend traditional and contemporary elements of gospel helped shape the sound of modern gospel, and his work continues to influence artists in the genre today. Walter Hawkins's legacy lives on through his music, which continues to inspire and uplift gospel audiences around the world. His pioneering efforts in blending contemporary styles with gospel music helped usher in a new era for the genre, ensuring his place as one of the most influential figures in gospel history. Julius Cheeks. Julius June Cheeks. A dynamic and electrifying lead singer of the sensational Nightingales, was one of the most influential figures in the golden age of gospel quartets. Born in 1936, Cheeks became renowned for his powerful voice, magnetic stage presence, and passion for gospel music. Known for his emotive delivery and energetic performances, Cheeks helped define the gospel quartet genre, a key part of gospel's evolution throughout the mid-20th century. His contributions to gospel music remain significant, and his influence can still be felt in the genre today. Cheeks' time with the sensational Nightingales was marked by the group's soulful harmonies and his ability to captivate audiences. As the group's lead singer, Cheeks' vocal prowess and energetic stage performances became the hallmark of their success. His voice, full of soul and fervor, was a key element in the group's rise to prominence. The sensational Nightingales were known for their innovative arrangements and deeply emotional performances, and Cheeks' powerful delivery helped elevate the group to gospel music stardom. However, Cheeks' career and legacy are not without their controversies. His fiery temper and competitive nature led to tension both within his group and in the broader gospel community. Cheeks' desire to dominate the spotlight often created friction among his fellow band members. His larger-than-life persona and determination to outshine other groups sometimes rubbed his peers the wrong way, as he became known for his aggressive approach to competition. While his ambition and drive were undoubtedly part of what made him such an effective and captivating performer, they also contributed to a mixed reputation, with some colleagues viewing him as difficult to work with. Despite these challenges, Cheeks' musical impact is undeniable. His work with the sensational Nightingales helped shape the sound of gospel quartets, and his contributions to gospel music are still recognized and appreciated by fans and artists alike. Cheeks' intense performances and powerful voice remain iconic in the history of gospel music. His career, though marked by personal struggles and controversy, left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire future generations of gospel singers. Julius June Cheeks' role in gospel history reflects the complexity of his character, both revered for his musical contributions and critiqued for his uncompromising personality. Nonetheless, his legacy as a powerful force in gospel music is firmly secured. Gospel music has long been a source of inspiration and faith, but behind the powerful voices and spiritual messages, there are stories of scandal, conflict, and questionable behavior. From controversial figures like James Cleveland, whose financial mismanagement tarnished his legacy, to Kirk Franklin, whose outspoken personality often stirred debate, The gospel world has seen its fair share of drama. These gospel icons, despite their musical brilliance, also faced accusations of hypocrisy and betrayal. What do you think? Can an artist's personal flaws ever overshadow their musical genius? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Legends of Black Excellence for more.